skills revolution, respect for constitution and combating corruption will help Africa gain its much-needed economic freedom.
President Jacob Zuma was speaking at the opening of the 25th World Economic Forum on Africa, which is underway in Cape Town. The three-day meeting has seen a record number of participants in the history of the forum's regional summit.
For more on the day's events, we now cross to our business news anchor, Francis Hurd, who's at the World Economic Forum in Cape Town. A very good evening to you, Natasha. I'm saying Natasha. Francis, thank you very much for joining us. And I know that it's been a long day, kind of the first big day today. But
yes, I've had the long day, not you, Peter.
All right, so hundreds of people have converged in Cape Town from all over the world. Set the scene for us. What's been happening today and what's come out?
Well, things looking up today, the weather looking up for one thing. It was pretty bleak yesterday. And I can tell you, Peter, that the hotels surrounding this International Convention Centre in Cape Town are literally bursting at the seams. And the conference itself, full of delegates. It's been said that there's an unprecedented attendance this year. So what we've got is ministers from all over Africa. Our own president officially opening events today, although some of the meetings kicked off yesterday. The Vice President of Ghana here as well. And I guess there are two views. Some people view this as a talk shop. Some are critical. A global investor was speaking to us earlier saying that, all the challenges that Africa faces, one of them is regional integration. And he said 3 years ago, we were talking about regional integration. 2 years before that, we were talking about regional integration. And it's not happening. And we know that the economic benefits of integration are huge. You then start trading, African countries trading more amongst themselves, not always relying on sending goods overseas. People can move, skills can move. Then you get the other view that is very optimistic. And I spoke to the CEO of Liberty, Thabo Dloti, and he's one of those who says the fundamentals are strong. Africa has been rising. We've seen some incredible growth rates in recent years, and there's no reason why we won't see that in future. So two views, but I can tell you a lot of activity in this convention centre.
Well, I guess one view that's quite important is that of President Zuma. He spoke today, and he's looking for a new kind of partnership on the horizon.
Yeah, he was talking about, firstly, involving young people in a lot of decisions. Always talk about public-private partnerships, but I was interested in what he was saying about young people, because that is one of the challenges or opportunities that Africa faces. But people talking about this youth bulge. So in a few years' time, by 2050, we're going to have 1 billion people who are of working age. It's the largest young population of any region. And the question is, can we upskill? Can we keep people in jobs? Then it's a wonderful opportunity because that can grow markets, grow consumerism. But it can also be a threat if we continue to have unemployment, food scarcity, water scarcity. So his solution, President Zuma, was getting young people involved in actual decisions. He also said some other interesting things, touching on, alluding to the president of Burundi, who wants a third term. And I've never heard our president speak this strongly. He was saying that Africa is sick of strong men, people who don't recognize the constitutional limits imposed by their countries. And with reference, alluding to Nkurunziza of Burundi, he didn't make direct reference, but alluding to him, he said that people should respect those constitutional limits and step down. Also speaking about corruption, and interestingly, because we know a lot of controversy over how Nkandla and the reports have been dealt with, but he said we are an open country where the president himself can be investigated.
All right, Francis, that's where we're going to leave it. Hopefully you can get some rest, and we'll catch up with you again tomorrow. That was Francis Hurd speaking to us from the World Economic Forum on Africa in Cape Town.